And if we're overcome with a challenge, something that our outdoor instructors teach us is find a solution to those problems. So these are just some of the ways that we overcame our challenges. So first off, when you're in a very terrible situation, like having bugs and you're lost, you get easily frustrated. And so what our instructors told us is that communicate, talk to each other, try to solve it within yourself. And if there's a decision that you can't make, still, talk it out. We're civilized. We're part of a democratic system. That's why there's a thing called democratic decisions-making process. They actually made sure that we just don't go all wild and go savage. And then there were these group activities that our instructors told us. These group activities, although they may seem cliche and they're like, oh, why are we doing this? They're all actually trying to make sure to rely on each other. To remember that these people who are part of our group members, they're our friends and they're here to help us, not be our enemies and eat us while we're sleeping. And there are these creative methods to solve our issues. So for example, when we were kayaking, I remember I capsized. It was a huge wave. Capsized my boat all the way that I was all soaking wet. And I can't just sleep in wet clothes, can I? So we needed a place to dry our clothes. But as a beach, you don't find anything civilized there. So we had to make something out of our own. Use the resources that we had and just get creative to solve the issues that we had. And this is something that our instructors told us again and again. Get creative, alright? You got everything around you. Humans have survived on nature for centuries. You can do the same thing. You haven't lost it. It's still in your genes. And adaptation. That was probably the most important thing that they told us to overcome. You need to adapt to the situation you're in. Yes, we're all very comfortable in our jeans and our jackets, but those are the things that are limited. You have to adapt to the environment that you're in to make sure that you get the experience that you get and to understand the main lesson. It's everybody, you rely on each other, and adapt to where you're in. These are just more parts of it. I guess you can call it part 2 out of an entire movie franchise. If you needed help, just ask for it. And yes, it's great to be independent. It's great to solve things on your own. But there are some times when you feel, gosh, I just can't do it. I'm really out of ideas. Then just ask for help. It's okay. No one cares if you ask for help. They will come and help you. No one's going to judge you. They understand the situation you're in. So it's okay. Just ask for help. I remember I think I asked Donghyun for help when setting up my tent or anything else. Because I had no idea how to do any of those things. And divide and conquer, it's an amazing strategy. I've seen generals, I've seen teachers say, divide and conquer, divide and conquer. And before out there, I never quite understood, okay, I get they're trying to quote a famous person, but why say divide and conquer? It doesn't make sense. But I realized it actually does. It does make sense. Because once you divide the workload, it's easier for the group and it's efficient. Like for example, when we arrived from a very long and hard journey, we all had to set up our tents, and food is the main problem. We were all busy with doing our own stuff, and we were never thinking of, oh, let's work as a group to get things going. But once we actually divided the work, all right, some people take care of tents, some people take care of water, and some people take care of food. We fixed all our problems in around 20 minutes. Usually it took around an hour. That's a third. That's actually an impressive amount. And saying thank you. Saying thank you to your peers. Saying thank you to an instructor. Instructor, thank you for helping me. My friend, thank you for catching me. My other friend, thank you for saving me from a boat that capsized. These are the kind of things. A simple thank you was so meaningful that it made everybody happy. Even in a frustrating day after hiking, saying, guys, thank you for working so hard. Thank you for keeping up. Even though you really can't get mad for 2 minutes after hearing someone say, thank you. And I think I mentioned this before, creativity. It's wonderful. I never quite understood why with the IBDP they say, oh, Cass, creativity is such an important thing. But I have realized, creativity, it helps you bond with people, but you can teach yourself of your own limits. And you can teach yourself, oh, I can do this. I can do more than what I thought I could do. And it was just fantastic. And I have to say thank you, Mr. Henkels, for organizing the whole thing. Really, thank you so much.